So you can put your name, period, 2. Now, I told you this yesterday, Lily, but it's true. This is 3,000 times easier than surface area. I taught you surface area at the first, so, you know, we get the hard stuff over with. All right. So everybody turn to the notes of volume, page 2. The notes for volume, page 2. Okay. So volume of a rectangular prism. Desiree, I got you. I didn't come back. Okay. Okay, so volume is, how much stuff fits in the box. So the inside part. Surface area is how much cardboard I need. So the cardboard's outside, right? Is it filled in with cardboard inside? No. I mean, it's hollow, right? It's filled with something else. So the surface area is the cardboard. Volume is how much stuff fits in here. How many glue sticks fit in here? That would be the volume. How much water can I put inside of here? How much sand? Anything that holds something, that's volume. Volume is the inside part, okay? Area, surface area, is the actual cardboard. Like, how much cardboard do I need to create this box? Cool. How many glue sticks fit in there? That's volume. It's super easy. All right. For a rectangle, how do I find the area of a rectangle? Sophia? So how do I find the area of a rectangle? Base times height. So guess what we're going to do for volume? Base times height. But Miss O'Malley, how can we do the same thing as area, right? Well, guess what? We're going to add one more thing to it. So it's base times height, just like the area. So this part's just like your area. But how do I make it not area and do a volume? Times your big height. And that doesn't make sense right now, but it will in a second. So your 2D shape is flat, right? It's base times height. So imagine this room. Imagine this room. The base is the floor, right? So it would be base times height. And then how tall is this building? That would be your big height. So in here, here's my rectangle. Do you guys see the flat rectangle at the bottom? The flat rectangle? What's the base of the flat rectangle? 10. What's the height of the rectangle on the bottom? 5. But what's the height? How tall is the 3D shape? 4. Okay, so your big height is from your big shape. Oh, the big shape is 4 meters tall. So in this problem, my volume is equal to base times height times your big height. So what would be the base? It would be 10. What would be the height of, so basically you're doing the bottom shape, right? This part. So it's 10 by 5. And how tall is my prism? 4. So all we're going to do is multiply basically the 3 numbers that are there. In surface area, it was a lot more work. You had 6 sides, the front, the top, the bottom, the left, the right. Here, you just have to multiply. Can you multiply in any order? Yes. So what's 4 times 5? 4 times 5 times 10. 200. I would do this first, right? What's 5 times 4?
20.
20. Times 10?
40.
No.
200.
What's 1 times 2? 2. And how many zeros do I have? 2. So our volume is equal to 200 meters cubed. No. Yes. Because it is not surface area. When you're dealing with any type of area, you put a 2. When you're dealing with volume, which is new, you're going to put a 3. Only in volume do you use a 3. And that's it. Is this 3 times easier than the other one? Yes. All right, let's look at example number 2. All right, here is the flat rectangle. Do we see the flat, not anything 3D? Okay, so there's my flat rectangle. It's like a piece of paper. It's like a piece of paper at the bottom. So I'm going to do base times height times your big height. Okay, can you plug in your numbers? What's the base of my piece of paper? Okay, what's the height of my piece of paper? And then what's the big height? What's the big height? Did you find the units? I mean, did you write the units, I should say? Yeah. What are our units? Centimeters what? Plug in your numbers. You should be able to plug in your numbers without me. All right, what's our final answer? 73?
72.
72 what?
Centimeters 3.
Cubed. So, what's our base of a rectangle? No. 6. What's the height of the piece of paper? 3. And what's the height of the big shape? 4. Any which way you multiply this, we don't care in what order. You can do these two or these two. Does not matter in multiplication. Does matter in subtraction. So it is 72 centimeters cubed. That's it. Easy?
Can we just show our work on here?
This time, yes. Are we okay? All right. So what do we have to do on page 3? Just multiply the 3 numbers. Set timer for 13 minutes. Okay. I hope you don't need 13 minutes. You are allowed to use a calculator, but you just have to tell me what you did with the calculator. So on number 1, what am I going to do?
Multiply 21 times 15 times 20.
21, 12.
Oh.
15 times 20 times 12. Imagine doing it without a calculator. Is there any divide by 2? No. Do you see triangles? No. Do I use pi? No. When is the only time I use pi? What shape? All right. So now we're going to be on page, what page is this? 4. Page 4, page 4. We're going to do the volume of a triangular prism. Okay, it's very similar to the one we just did, except there's one extra step because it's a triangle. What do we have to do every single time there's a triangle? Divide by 2. So just like what we did on the other one, but one extra step, divide by 2. So how do I find, question, how do I find the area of just the triangle? How do I find the area of any triangle? The area. Okay, so we're going to start off with base times height divided by 2. So your volume starts with the area. The area of a triangle is base times height divided by 2. But wait, Miss Amelie, we're not finding area, we're finding volume. So the extra piece for volume is that you have to multiply by
2. The bonus height?
the bonus. I like that. The bonus height. How tall is your prism? How tall is your whole big shape? Not the triangle. Not how tall is your triangle. How tall is the triangle box? How tall is the box? What if the box is laying flat like this, but it's really like this? Right? Not, ladies, because you have it wrong. Not the triangle part, but the 3D part. How tall is the 3D part? Not the triangle, so don't look at the triangle. How tall is the 3D part? So look at that shape. Don't look at the triangle part. We're not talking about the triangle part. How tall is your height of your prism? That's part of the triangle. 9. Do you see how it's 9?
No.
It's right now laying on its stomach, right? So the 4, the 5, and the 6. The 4, the 5, and the 6, those are part of your triangle. But the 9 is part of your big, like, shape. Your big shape. Okay? All right. So that was 13 minutes with the other one. All right. So to add to this, right here, we're adding to this your big height. You're adding to this your big height.
So you multiply this height by 2, then you multiply the big height?
In any order. It doesn't really matter.
The base is 9. No, that's the height. No.
All right. So let's do example number 1. The first part, ladies and gentlemen, is focusing on the triangle. Your base times height divided by 2 from your triangle. Okay, so let's focus on the triangle part. Ignore everything else. There's my triangle, right?
Yeah.
What's the base of the triangle? 6. Careful. What's the height of the triangle?
4.
The triangle?
Oh, my bad.
Remember, your height has to be nice and straight. 4. That's why I just covered everything up. What do I want you to focus on? The triangle. What's the base? 6. How tall is the triangle? 4. So we plug it in. My base is 6. What's the height of my triangle? 4. Can we concentrate? Dude, you don't even have any of this written down. This. Look how much we've fallen behind. What's our height?
Times 4.
Times 4 divided by 2. Okay, that's the triangle.
Yeah.
Now your big height. Notice how I capitalized the H. How tall is this 3D shape? 9. 9 is your big, tall shape. Okay. What's up with the 5? Do we need the 5? No, it's there to confuse you. The 5 is there for surface area. The 5 is there for surface area. All right, let's do it. It says 6 times 4. What's 6 times 4?
24.
Divided by 2. 12 times 9. What comes after 108? Units. Okay, 6 times 4 is 24, divided by 2 is 12, times 9. 12 times 9 is 108 feet cubed. That's our final answer. So it's similar to the thing we just did 5 minutes ago. The only difference is the divide by 2. I forgot to write big H over here. Base times height divided by 2 times big H. All right, let's look at example number 2. What am I looking for? I'm looking for base times height divided by 2 times your big H. Okay. Base times height divided by 2 times your big H. So look at just the triangle. Just the triangle. What would be the base of just your triangle?
6.
3. Thank you. What would be the height of just the triangle? What is the height of my prism, of my 3D shape? What's the height of the big shape? Yep, it's laying down though, right? But when I stand up this triangle, how tall is it? It would be 7. All right, do the math. So plug in your numbers first. Plug in your numbers first. What's the base? What's the little height? And what's the big height? Base times height divided by 2 times the big H. With units. Can you plug in your numbers before I do? What is the base of the triangle? What is the height of your triangle? All right, what's the base of my triangle? 3. What's the height of my triangle? 4. This is your base. This is your height. What's the big height? This one's your big height. Base, height, big height. So you should have written 3 times 4 divided by 2 times 7. What's 3 times 4? Divided by 2 times 7? 42 inches cubed. What's the only extra step compared to the other worksheet? Divided by 2.
This is easy.
Yes. Yes, it is. All right. Number 1. What is the, so I'm going to write up here. Volume is equal to base times height divided by 2 times your big height, right? That's your formula. Base times height divided by 2 times your big height. So number 1, what's my base of my triangle? Yes. 10 times. What's the height of my triangle? 14. What do I do with those two numbers after I multiply? Divide it by 2. Am I done? No. This gives you area. How do I convert it to volume? Multiply it by 19. Go ahead and use a calculator. Your assignment is going to be to do 1 through 6. 1 through 6.